Hello everyone, welcome back to the Divine Angelic Chosen One channel. This is Gracie and also Spiritual Earth Angel 623 channel. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, reviews, the likes, different, positive feedback and comments on some of my other channels, my podcast channels and stuff like that. So things have really been, picking up. Things have been really, going into the positive direction. All of my followers, I thank you for that too. My followers and different things like that. That is wants to hear about how to have living their best life, having an overall wellness and healthy living life. Mind, body, and soul. So thank you. Also thank my clients that, I have from my Sarai Natural Beauty skincare products, and also the spa, clients that come and, and book with me and different things like that to get that overall spa experience, and also to bring out the uniqueness and the beautiful self that you are and who God created you to be. So let's get started. So I want to talk about, this is my little, I just got this. So this is really beautiful. So this is like a little cloth that I got because, like I said, I didn't have anything. So I decided this time to get me a little cloth. So this is like a little cloth that, that has like the zodiac signs. It has the tarot reader signs on it. It also has the, it goes along with my little moon little thing too. Then it has like the sun and the moon, on it. It also has, like the different, when the different planets and different things like that. So I like it, just something that I wanted to do, for my little table, my little setting. And then I can also take this with me when we, in my spare time, when I'm, working and busy traveling and different things like that, I can take it with me. And then I have my, of course, my little archangel. He's a warrior. He has a sword and stuff in his hand, also that I'll be taking with me. And then I love my little lotus flower. This was handmade and this was given to me. And I really do like it. I like the color purple. So everything, people that follow me and stuff, they know I'll be posting a lot in the color purple because it symbolizes royalty. And so I have that also. And then also too, this is something for, us earth angels and goddess and star seeds, the women, Also too, I have this too that I brought, I was like, all of a sudden I came across it. And, God was like, get it. So I end up getting this. So this is also like a little headband, and it has all the crystals and different things like that, around it. And what I did is when I got it, I did like a spiritual cleansing of it. Because, when people make stuff, it has their energy on it. So a lot of things that I did like a spiritual cleansing to keep it from, so that way it can absorb my energy now. And I'm not absorbing their energy. And so it also have the white crystals on it too, all around it, so that way it can bring protection, can promote healing, it can also, overall, work with the chakra and stuff like that, with it. So this is something too, that, you can also get to those that likes, the little head, crowns and different things like that. But I was, led to buy that. So, and to use it. So, and I'll be using it also when I do my, when I'm doing my readings and stuff. I have it over my head and stuff like that. You don't see it, but I might take a picture with me having it on there. And then, and then I have like also in the back, I have like my incense, this is my little incense, like bling bling, I like bling bling stuff too, and I like gold, my house is furnished with a lot of gold, and some, bling bling stuff is with my house and stuff like that is mostly decorated, on the walls and different things like that, because I like it. That's something that I like to do, to create royalty, in my home, and I go out, and when I pick things, and I have angels all over my house too. And I do a lot of collection of angels over the years. So I have like a Curie type cabinet type system that has nothing but a lot of angels that I collected years and years that people has given me. So that's a little bit, and then I have my sword, my archangel, Gable, so archangel Michael, sword and stuff like that. So I have that too in my house also, that I was led to buy that too. And then I have like my tree of life, I also have that too on the side that you can't see, but I have that also. And then my little candle of the Lord's Prayer and stuff like that, so that's basically, what I do, to help protect my energy when I'm reading. Also, it protects me from any evil eye intention sent my way, any negativity. It brings a peaceful reading, when I'm doing it. It set the atmosphere. So basically that's what it does. So let's get into it, because we want to get into the yin and yang energies. That's what we're going to get into now next. What's going on right now. And so the first card that started out with, so the reason why I'm saying that, let me give you a dream that I had last night. So I had a dream. It was kind of weird dream, but I had it anyway, and I remember it. So the dream was about, I don't know, it was like these couples or whatever was like stealing, like they were trying to rob the bank or something and try to steal something, from the bank, large sums of money. It was like 3 sets of couples, that was trying to rob the bank and different things like that was in the dream. And I was like, that was, like I said, it was a weird dream. And so as I was dreaming it, it's like in between it, I wanted to see the outcome of the dream, when I was dreaming. I wanted to see if they get caught or what happened, and all of a sudden I could feel like something was trying to change the outcome of the dream, the ending of it. And when I saw that in my dream, I end up blocking it, and keep it from changing it. So it was alchemy. So what I did is that whatever the negativity or whatever is trying to come into my dreams, I stopped it. I blocked it. And I alchemized the negativity of the negative outcome of the dream, what's going to happen to these people. So when I noticed that, all of a sudden my spirit ended up stopping it, blocking it, and then alchemize it to positive, to where I could change the narrative and the outcome ending of the dream. If you get what I understand, if you understand me. But that's what I did. So that's something new now that I'm doing, that I discovered. I woke up this morning, I was like, wow, that is something new that that's one of my other talents now that I discovered, that now I can stop things, have control of my dreams and stop it and alchemize it to something positive, or call judgment on it. If it needs to be called judgment, or to speak, to change the outcome of, to be good or bad. Let's put it that way. And I noticed that I did it. I was like, wow, even when I was in the dream, I said it to myself too, like, wow, I didn't know that I had the power to and authority of do that. So, which was good. So I'm glad that I do have that, because now nobody can come in to manipulate my dreams anymore, state, and turn what's good into bad or try to block anything. They can't do that no more. So, God just showing me also what I'm doing in the spiritual realm, and also the astral realm too. What I could do, even in the dream state and your consciousness, different things like that. So I'm kind of happy about that too, with that new gift that I have. So here we're going to have assistants, spiritual guides. So that's when, let me see. I don't even know. Let's see. Put it over. Yeah. So spiritual assistant guides. So that's when you calling in on your spiritual team, calling on your spiritual guides to help you. Like I said, we're going to talk about the yin and the yang energies today. Is what we're going to be talking about, with these cards. So you fit what is resonated to you, and, are doing your spiritual healing, your spiritual journey, awakening, or whatever. Also for your spiritual gifts, we're going to, it's also going to incorporate that, having a well overall mind, body, and soul and spirit, this year, having it balanced and sinking in. So this is all the stuff what we're going to be talking about today in this session. It said also alchemy. So that's a confirmation, ancestor guides. So that's a confirmation of what I just said about my dream, that I had last night about, alchemizing things and changing the outcome in the dreams, to be good or bad. So, and when, get in contact with my ancestors, spirit guides and angels and different things like that, where you can alchemy, to different things. So I'm liking that. So that's a good one. Some people could be, now this is not for everybody, but there could be some people that needs to stop party, stop partying a lot, stop doing things that going against your purpose, your mission. Don't allow, and this remind me of these three witches. That's what they're around. This is what this card reminds me of, the three witches, that were coming in to wreak havoc into people's lives and different things like that. And when I saw them in a dream also. So this is what this reminds me of, like the three witches are there to cause eternal chaos, drama and different things to upset your life and get you off your life purpose. So be careful with who you interact with and see what their good intention, because you see this one, she's looking the other way. Like the other two, they all got like some type of look on their face, sneaky, deceitful look on their face. And this one is turning towards the other, like she's looking for her next victim or next prey, for them three to work their internal magic on, on that person, especially when it comes to the divine unions and twin flames and, divine counterpart, marriages and different things I talk about in my video. If you go back to my early videos, I talk about the three witches on the Spiritual Earth Angel 623 channel. It talks about the three witches that I had saw in my dream and stuff like that. And then I did another segment of it too, on the Divine Angelic Chosen One. I think I did a segment on that too, talking about the three witches again, chanting and doing verbal things like that, 1333. So, and then if you see how they're dressed, so they're all dressed like natural, regular, witches. They dress like you don't think they're witches at all until you encounter them. So you see how they all dress and everything. They look well put together, and then until they get into your energy and your presence unaware. Some people invite them. These could be the Jezebel type spirits also. I look at it as the Jezebel type spirits also that's coming, coming towards that energy, that attracts to, to lure people in, men and women. And then this one has like the snake skin, there's like the snake print on her, right there on her dress. So that reminds me of like a snake-like energy. So, be mindful of that, Also the black, reminds me of, black magic. All of that reminds me of different things, So just pay attention to your surrounding this year, and people who you let into your energy, you know, and your space. You know, create boundaries when you need to create boundaries. Don't look on the outside appearance, because if there was men and women, you know, not saying nobody's gay or bisexual or anything. I'm not talking about that. So don't get it twisted what I'm saying. You know, so here, look at it in the spiritual eyes. Look with your spiritual eyes. A lot of my videos, you got to have spiritual eyes, not earthly eyes, spiritual eyes, to see what the message that God is sending to the collective of 144,000 spiritual beings, and also other people that are on their spiritual journey, healing and path and purpose. That's what it's for. So when you look at that, you see the background is dark. So darkness is surrounding them in the background. So that's something you have to pay attention to also. Look at your ural. See their energy around these three here, witches. You know, it could be men too. It could be men also in here, be warlocks. So when you looking at it, you can see that, you know, there's darkness there. There's no type of light at all. Everything is darkness, you know, creating sin. So everything that there has to deal with the 7 deadly sins is what I see here. Okay, let's move on. So then also pay attention to, this is the energies, you know, that you need to pay attention to, you know. Also, when it comes to signs and the symptoms and symbols and different things like that, you know, messages and stuff like that, that God is going to be sending you, you know. And then also here's celebration, gifts, and abundance. You know, here's the celebration. So you see right here, as you coming out of the ashes, like the rising phoenix, you know, once you go through your healing and God brings you to the forefront with your purpose, you know, with your journey, you know, you did your healing, you close out cycles, you know, karmic cycles, karmic relationships, you know, now you moving on to manifest. So here now, God is celebrating. This is his light here. And this is the light that he's putting in your hands. Look what you've been through, you know, over the years. You know, you're rising from the ashes of your past soul, the dark, you know, the dark night, what they call. You are rising up now. And now you see a light of God's anointing and his presence, your ancestor presence, you know, spiritual guide and angels, everything is coming now. Now you're developing your gifts more. So when you're celebrating, now you got your gifts coming in, you know, where you're going to start having different gifts that, you know, going to be entering to your different phases and different cycles of your life, you know, different elevation of your life. You're going to have the different gifts going to start coming out, you know, and you're going to learn more, discover more. Then you come into the abundance. You know, it works in threes. So then you're going to come into your abundance then. You know, the overflowing abundance. You know, everything comes easy to you. You know, it's not going to be no hindrance anymore. You know, because you are a phoenix then. You are rising from the ashes. Also, too, let's go with this one. Freedom, leap, Uranus, and opportunity. So once you went through rising from the dark night or whatever, going through your spiritual journey, your complete healing. So now you got that freedom, you know, where you can have unlimited. You see how she's out in the air, she's jumping up, she experiencing, you know, nature also, but also the presence of feeling free from any, you know, past cycles, hexes, curses, whatever, you know, been sent your way, you know, ending karmic cycles, relationships. You know, you got that freedom now to create, you know, opportunities. You have the opportunities at the bottom, Uranus. You know, it has opportunities, you know, where you can see now that you can move forward, you know, without any hindrance. And let's see, let's talk about the Uranus. So with the Uranus, it's your individuality, uniqueness, intuitive, creative expression, inspiration, a breakthrough, becoming independent and original. So that's what she is. She experienced that breakthrough. Now it's time, after you done went through everything, the dark night of the soul or whatever they call it, or you going through your spiritual healing, deep spiritual cleansing, healing and stuff like that, mind, body, and soul. That's what you'll come out looking like, brand new, refreshing, rebirth. Now new opportunities is coming into your life. And these cards is like, this is so crazy, but funny though, but I like it. So then this one right here, so I'm going to have to show you now. It said, until debt tear us apart. So contracts, careers, commitment, and Saturn. So what I get from here about until debt tear us apart. So the contracts, career, and commitments. So here, some people need to break away from debt, contracts, some careers that's not beneficial to them, and commitments is what I think of this card here that talks about it. This is a time to clear away. Things are not beneficial anymore. So when you cleared out your contracts, you cleared out your karma debt spiritually and earthly. When I look at contracts, also contracts you clear out, it could be with a business or a job or whatever, or contracts in a marriage, commitments, different things in a marriage, you moving on, or a past relationship, a past karmic relationship, you moving forward, you breaking it. It's, you tearing it apart. Now it's time because you got the freedom. You went through your healing. You went through your ending of your cycles and everything else. You passed the test now. Even with careers, some people need to break away from careers that's not beneficial to them. If you wake up in the morning and you don't want to go to work, it's hard for you to get out of bed and stuff. And then when you get there, you're in a grumpy mood and all that. Then that's time for you to change and break away from that career and find something that is just gonna make you happy. Just gonna bring some benefits to your life, also spiritual and naturally, that you're gonna enjoy. And also it talks about in the Saturn, it said, learn to operate within limitation society, responsibility and rules, fear, obstruction, and limitation. Dealing with fathers, dealing with teachers and stuff like that. They just gave you an example of that. So also, with that. So that's a good thing too, to look at it with that. So let's go on. Distance yourself, retreat, or time out. And that's true. It's time for you to distance yourself. Distance and retreat or time out. Remember I told you, and this right here, they having distance. This is like in relationship. You see, this is a man and this is a woman. So they both having distance, retreat and time out. I talked about in one of my other videos how I have like a house, in my house, I have like a space that I will go that is sacred to me, that I will go and, sit with angels and talk to them, my ancestors and God and all that stuff, and just have some downtime, from the stress and different things, from my job, that, working every day, me and my husband as our business and different things like that, encountering. So when you get home, you want to go to that relaxed state, that peace and that quiet time. So, and sometimes you have to distance yourself from people, places, and things. You have to distance yourself also and go into that retreat and take time off. Even with your job, schedule time off or take vacation, enjoy life. It's not all about working and making money all the time. It's about also relaxing, rejuvenating your life at the same time. You got to have a balance in your life. You got to have a balance for, relaxation, to restore your energy, mind, body, and soul, your health, take time out, to take care of yourself, to love on yourself. So it's good to have distance sometimes in relationships too. Don't necessarily means that, you breaking up or it, but, breaking up and, bad things going to happen. No, sometimes it's required to have that downtime, that long time of thinking. Thinking, sometimes it could be good to think about what's best for you, what's going to be beneficial to you. And sometimes God will bring the distance too, in between things that needs to be already when you having a hard time pulling away from. So sometimes God will bring that distance, that separation too, and say time out. He'll put you into isolation, hermit mode, so that way he can talk to you, your ancestors, your spirit guides and everything else on your life purpose, what your next thing and what you're supposed to be doing. Self-love. I always talk about self-love. Always. I always talk about that self-love, creation intentions. And you see, always love on yourself. Like I said, I've been talking about that for years. I've been talking about it for years also. But I also now been talking about it on my channels and stuff in my podcasts and different things. So I talk about self-love, creation, intentions, how, notice what's the difference. What do you want to bring into your life as self-love, creation, and intentions for your life? Good or bad? So she has this heart here, where she's loving on herself, and there's like, there could be candles, there could be water, there could be like a city, it could be anything, it can be, and here's the universe. So she's put it out to the universe like, okay, I'm here now. I done went through my healing. I done went through the dark night of the soul. I set boundaries. I in comic situations, in all areas of your life, personal and professionally. So now it's time to bring that self-love in, set boundaries. You set boundaries also. Now your intentions is what you put out, positive intentions to the world, to the earth, to the universe, to your ancestors, to your God. And to God, and whatever God that you worship, names of God you worship, and your ancestors, you bringing it out, you making it known, this is what I want now to create and bring into your life. Also to renew and spark, it's always good to bring in, renew or rebirth, when you're coming from the ashes, of the dark night of the soul, or you're coming from the phoenix, everything is renewing, renewing sparks. Look at the orbs, the different orbs that I look at. These are orbs also. This is like the fireworks too, but I look at the orbs too, that is coming, walking, being around you. So bringing rejuvenation, rebirth. You ended a past life karmic situation. So now you're being renewed. You got that spark in you now that you can move forward because you got your spiritual team protection and different things behind you. So now you can move forward, in your rebirth, in your renewal of the mind, body, and soul. Now you're bringing that light, that shining light. You're not letting anybody dim your light. Also too, transformation. You went through, see here, this is a dark night of the soul, the healing, the dark place in your life. You see, everything is black. Here, she got on black, everything around her is black. I think that's like a little black butterfly, a bird or whatever. So, when you're a butterfly, when how butterflies are, that they go into cocoon, they start as a worm, go into cocoon, and then they form into a butterfly, and then they come out bright. So that's basically what the transformation is. When you was in your hermit mode, hibernation mode, you was being transformed then. So you can come out to be that beautiful butterfly, that renewal, that rebirth, that spark, that glow, that shine, and when you was going through that, Pluto comes into force. It brings you to your unconscious nation, about great transformation, ability to organize, deal, and to have the power, calling back your energy, calling back your power, standing your ground, exposing the truth when you need to, going through your deep healing, cleansing your chakras, all of that, inside and out, doing your spiritual bath, your detoxing, all of that is part of the transformation, of your soul. Growth, now you got going into the growth, summer. You have, when summertime, when the spring flowers come, that's starting, the spring is starting the growth, starting your spiritual growth, the new birth, new life to things. When you get into the summer, you already into your growth. So then you have here the growth. You see, with this, the sun is red and shining in the background as the sun rising. It could be like a sunset too, or rising. But now you done been through your growth. And now you still got some more growing to do too. But also now you have stepped into, where you don't seen where you came from. That's growth. When you can look back on your past and to your present now, where you were in your past and where you now as of today, that's this growth. And that's when you need to give yourself a pat on the back, because you've been through a lot of things that you had grown from. You has wisened up. You become that responsibility and accountability of your actions now as an adult. And it could be also children too. Stepping into your purpose, your calling. You're not going to, you pick and choose your battles. Everything doesn't need a response or a comment, to a negative situation. You know how to protect yourself spiritually and earthly. You're looking at your goals. Autumn is when you harvest. So then when you went through that, then autumn became. Now you begin to harvest all your blessings. Everything seeds that you have sown into your life. Now it's time to harvest that. So as you was going through the summer, you was moving into the phase of harvest, autumn. Well, now it's time to harvest everything that was meant for you and meant for you. Now God, your ancestral spirit God, has given it to you, has given you access to the portals and, door opens and opportunities. Now you get to see the blessings, the abundance coming into your life, flowing into your life easily. Then comes, rebirth, winter. Winter is when things get stilled. All the leaves has fallen off the trees, all your flowers and stuff that you had during the summertime looking so pretty. Now it has bloom, is dead. Now it's time for the death, and now come to the rebirth in the wintertime. Where you go into your isolation, the hermit mode, hibernation. A lot of animals and different things go into hibernation during the winter. And get ready for the spring and the summer and the fall and autumn. So when you go into, now you're going into the rebirth part of it. Now, going into that butterfly where it's begin to transform into a butterfly from a worm or caterpillar into a butterfly. So now you went through all your rebirth during the wintertime. So now when God brings you out in the springtime, like I told you with the seeds, all the seeds and stuff that you have sown in the springtime. Now you gathering up the harvest in autumn. Is when you gather up all the seeds that you have sown into your life that has grown up, and you seen the outcome, the results, a positive outcome and results of it. So now it's time to reap it. Trust the divine timing. You always want to trust, the divine timing on every situation of your life. Don't force things to come out of divine timing, because if you're trying to force things to come early, then you stepping out of the divine timing. You're not trusting God. You're not trusting your ancestors. You're not trusting your spirit guides or anybody spiritual in your life that's surrounded in your circle. You're not trusting it. You're not even trusting your own instinct. So things come in divine time. You see the butterflies again? See how the butterflies, this transformation has formed? Because now it's in God's timing. You know, here's the light. We're here. Your third eye is open. You'll be able to see and you'll be able to follow, you know, when to do things like in a job opportunity. You know, God will give you the insight, the messages, you know, when it's time to act upon a opportunity, you know, or a relationship, you know, or any wish fulfillment that you have, desires in your life. It's time. Your third eye is open to receive now. Your spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts is open, where you can see, you know, the past, the present, and into the future. God will allow you to see the future also. So trusting in divine timing. There could be twin flames, like I told you last year, that, you know, a lot of people are already in their twin flames last year. You know, God had a lot of twin flames hidden, you know, last year. And now it's coming out. They were already in union. So now in 2024, everything now is going to be coming out into the open. You know, divine connection, spiritual beings, you know, 144,000. Everybody's going to start coming out, walking into their call and their purpose in life. And also with twin flames now is coming out. If you haven't met your twin flame last year, then you'll be meeting it this year. You just have to get out there and put yourself out there, you know, not being desperate. I ain't say about being desperate, and don't put your and don't be trying to take somebody else's partner, you know, for your own when it's not called or meant for you to do, because it's not going to work. If you think you're going to go and take somebody that's man and woman and then make it as your twin flame, it's not going to work. You're just creating a recipe for disaster and destruction in your life, and God has not ordained that. So, like I said, trust in your divine timing. You know, when it comes to divine connection, soulmate, and twin flames, you would know it because it will resonate with your spirit. You both will have the same feeling and energy and different things like that when you recognize your twin flame. It will be at peace, no chaos, no confusion. That's how you know when God is sending someone. He will send it to you in your dreams also. And you also have people maybe come and speak prophetic words and different things into your life also about your divine counterpart. And not everybody needs to be with their twin flames either. You know, sometimes it's good to have the opposite, you know, because sometimes that works out too when you both are opposite of each other. You know, that makes a heart grow fonder, and also, you know, creates adventures, you know, and happiness and joy, you know, creativities between the both of you, because you both are bringing something different to the table that you're not used to, getting out your comfort zone. So it's also good to embrace opposite too. Don't always follow your charts and your zodiac signs with zodiac comparabilities and stuff like that, because sometimes it's best to go the other way. You know, go to another sign, a different type of sign, and see what blissfulness that it will come into your life. Positive changes come into your life and different opportunities and different things like that. You never know. Give it a try. You know, now a lot of the masculines and stuff now are waking up too, you know, to their purpose, their calling, recognizing their divine feminine, you know, their twin flame, divine counterparts, soulmates, or whatever. So now they're waking up too, you know, and, you know, step into who they need to be, you know, in your lives. And see, and devil say this is a confirmation with these cards, because I just shift these cards and just pulling them. So here you got feminine. There you go, the divine feminine energy. Also, well, you see where the crystals over the crown chakra and the third eye, that she also waking up too. Where now they're working up to meet each other in a divine union. They both stepping into their power. They're stepping into the energy. And they're moving forward. No more playing games, no more hidden agendas, no more third parties, different things coming in between their union. They're exposing it, destroying it, casting out and banishing it. So then you have here, then there, also with the Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, the ace, which is the fire signs. So you have like the fire signs now. And we're getting, like I said, it's the yin and the yang. Sometimes, like I said, if you suppose that you is like, let's say you Libra, and you trying to go with things that is Libra or Scorpio, whatever sign, zodiac sign, and you want to date somebody that is Libra, Aries, or Sagittarius to bring some spark into your life. Hey, go for it. You never know. If it doesn't work out, learn from it and then move on. Or either you might want to have these characteristics in your life. The characteristic of a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius, fire. You might want to have that in, those characteristics in your life to help you in different parts of your life, personal and professional. To help with your personality, to build your character, that you could be lacking in things. So that can work that way also. Then you have air sign. You have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You might, like I said, the same thing. You might want to look at some of the characteristics of a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and add some of that into your personality. Like I said, when you are spiritual beings, you have all these signs, all these zodiac signs is in your chart, in your cosmic records. So you don't have, just because they say, oh, well, you can be a cuspid of this, a cuspid of that. Everybody has some of these signs, in their zodiac, in their cosmic records. Cosmic records and cosmic records, I call it that. So you have these signs. All you have to do is tap into it. You don't have to be operating in just your sign. You have different signs that you can operate and take a little bit of this and take a little bit of that, to fit your character and your personality. Also, water signs. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio is water signs. You can also take a little bit of that too, personality that you might be lacking in. And use it. You might want to date a water sign, or you might want to date an air sign or a fire sign. The sky is the limit, on what you could do. You won't know until you try it. Then you was guarded in vulnerability. At first you were vulnerability at first, doing your hibernation, your transformation and stuff like that going through, and then you was very guarded of yourself, and which is good. Guarded means setting boundaries in different parts of your body. In different parts of your body too, and also different areas of your life. Setting boundaries in relationship, career, in your home. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries with your kids, teach them to have boundaries in their lives too, and then vulnerability. At one point you were vulnerable to a lot of things, immune to a lot of energies, until you begin to, learn about how to guard yourself against, unwanted entities and entities and different negative energies, hexes, curses, or whatever projection on you. Anything that is negative they're projecting towards you, that you were vulnerable of. And then once you realize, you begin to have, putting up your guards, paying attention to your surroundings, the signs, the symbols, and different things that was coming towards you. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You might want to, get some of those personalities too that within your life. You might want to date somebody or it could be telling you that you need to get near water, or, when it was back into the water signs, that you need to get near water, to rejuvenate, to bring back healing into your life. Because water has a lot of property healings too, to purify, to detox, to cleansing. That could be also another sign. I'm just getting downloads of revelation. Thank you, God, for that. Ancestral spirit guides, for being with me, giving me clarity and understanding of this. So I thank them. Also, what the earth sign means, you might need to get into nature. You might need to get out, into nature to bring rebalance and ground it, back into your life. The fire sign, that means you could be burning off things. You might need to have like a bonfire, like some people would do, or get you a little fire heater or whatever, and burn, all the things that you want to release and let go. You can use that too, fire, to release and let go of things, to burn things out of your life that's not beneficial. So that can also be part of that too. You see what I'm saying? So, so you look at it that way in different, I look at it in different ways and different, different things that come. Also too, let's see, did we have the, let's see if they had okay, that was air. And so like with the air sign, so let's go back to with the air sign too, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that's dealing with like energies. It can deal with that you might need to get outside, enjoy some fresh air, or you need to doing some space clearing in your house, in your surroundings, in your life, clearing out stagnate energies, having refreshing mind, rejuvenating, you got bringing something clean, refreshing air, cleaning your house. Getting rid of clutter and different things like that to bring in the freshness of air. When you go out in the air in the summertime, you can feel the cleanness of the freshness of it. So that's basically, it also will be a sign for that too. Then you have nature and compassion. The nature and the compassion is coming in. Where now you're nurturing yourself. Nurture yourself and compassion. Having compassion for yourself, and it has that one is co-compassion. So it could be also, it's two people. Compassion for one another, spreading that joy, spreading that kindness, the act of kindness, paying it forward. All of that's compassion. At the same time too, having self-love is compassion for yourself and for others. Having compassion for a career that you're in, or business you in, that you love doing. That's compassion also. Also nurture yourself also at the long run. You are constantly bringing in, good positive and vibe and energy and good energy and different things like that into your life. Affirmation, good, positive affirmation speaking into your life. That you want to, for your wish fulfillment and your ultimate goal, your desires. Also getting the compassion and the nurturing from human beings. Also from God, your angels, your spirit guides. Control taxed. Where you letting go of your control. This card is very interesting because she got a heel right there by his mouth. So it's like she's stepping over to shut down whatever this man or this woman, anybody that's in your life. I look at it like that you got them underneath your feet. where you shut and stopping anything that's speaking out negative towards you in your business, professional life, or whatever, relationships, whatever, against your family, your home, whatever. You putting your feet on the devil's head. And that's how I look at it, where she's putting her feet on the devil's head. The heel part of it is like shutting him out, shutting him down from speaking, controlling, controlling anything that was sent your way. That you have that ability now to control things. That's how I look at that too. You can see the light coming out his mouth, where he's on his back. Sometimes God will bring your enemies down to their knees, where you have control. You don't put your feet on their head. So now you got the control of what? And you're not allowing them to control you. Just like the Matrix. Once you break out the Matrix, you don't have that control no more. People, they can't control you. To control you to think a certain way, to do things a certain way, a certain mindset. You don't have that. You don't broke away that control. Now you regain your power. You regain your energy. You call back your energy. You call back your power. You set in boundaries. Also, too, with the limitations and fears. You're not allowing your limitation and fears get the best of you no more. You overcoming those limitations, those fears that was set. Right here, you speaking like this right here is where like something is coming through, like an entity or evil spirit. That's how I look at it. Coming through, trying to limit your growth, trying to limit your spiritual purpose, your spiritual path, trying to block things and hinder things. And now you don't have that no more. You have unlimited limitations now. You're not fearing. And I see here where she's speaking because she recognized that there was limitation and fear going on that was projecting. So now she has rose. And now she's speaking to it. She recognizes, she sees it in the spiritual realm and also the natural realm. She began to see it. She began to see that. So then that's when you start regaining back your energy, your power. You've been guarded. You set your boundaries. You begin to end cycles. You begin to hear deeply, rising above all the dark places in your life. That has limitation that was set in your life or was sent to you. Also, ego and vanity and pride. We all go through the ego. We all go through the vanity. We also go through the pride. These are part of the 7 deadly sins of the Bible. So when you go, you have ego death. You have vanity and pride death. What was there at the beginning, before you went through and came out the matrix and stuff and just discover yourself and start loving on yourself. You were enticed by this, having this big ego, enticed by vanity, enticed by pride, won't let go, being adamant about things, not seeing the other side, not seeing people perspective, not seeing other people opinions. Their opinions didn't matter. You assumed assumptions. You did judgment on. And you walked in your pride a lot. You walk in vanity, you walk in ego. See her looking herself in the mirror, with that. And when you go through your spiritual transformation, all of this be broken down. All this will be called to the light and then destroyed. And you see the light right here in the back. See, this is the light that is coming through. And some people don't even see that where God is trying to bring a transformation to their life, to bring healing to their life. They will turn their back on the light. And it will turn to ego, vanity, and pride. And she's looking in the mirror because she's looking at how, there's a lot of delusion and illusion going on, mirroring, she's looking at herself, mirroring herself in the mirror, with all the deadly sins, not recognizing that she got a light right here in the back that's towards her in the back, that's trying to bring healing. So that way she can recognize when evilness, intentions, and different things of the soul to bring healing. Shadow side, moon, the dark night confirmation. There you go. We talked about the dark night. So also with that, bringing in that side, recognizing and say express purpose in everyday activity through your emotions, attitude, habits, general moods, how to adapt to your environment. So, and that's based with the dark night of the soul, the shadow of the shadow side of the moon. It deals with emotions, getting in touch with your feelings, adapting, your bad habits, your mood swings. A lot of people that has this sign, the water signs, they experience a lot of mood swings, during the moon, because they are controlled by the moon. So you deal with a lot of mood swings with the water signs. So you will encounter people that could be, that has mood swings during the full moon and different moon cycles. Because of, like I said, the moon is ruled by the water signs. And it not necessarily mean that, at that time that person is, always like that negativity or whatever. No, it could be where the energy is resurfacing in that life during the moon cycles that could cause them to change their mood swings, and their energy at that time. And then once it passed by, then that's when, things get better. You see the other side of them, the loving, the kind, the nurture, the gentleness, the gratefulness side of it. So sometimes you go through, even when you're going through, like I said, with a dark night of the soul, you're going to experience a lot of different emotions, with that. Attitudes, recognizing your habits and stuff like that. You're going to be recognizing all of that, going through your deep healing. And then you also get in tune with your shadow side, the good or the bad. Because we all have a good and a bad shadow side. It's your choice and your decision on what you want to choose. With that, in your life. Then you have integration, and union. So here you have where, like I said, the divine unions is coming in. That God has put together, let no man asunder or put it under. So unions now, you can come together in your unions now. A lot of unions going to be coming forth. A lot of people that are meant to be together is going to come. That's going to come full force now, and nothing can stop it because it was set up by the divine. So nothing can hinder the stagnation of the relationship. Can come between the separation or anything like that. Integration. I mean, everything is coming into play, entwining, coming together, bonding together. Stepping into their purpose as a union, their mission. They know who they're supposed to be with. There's no more false twins, false counterparts, false divine unions. Venus, offer. So then you have Venus, where Venus deal with love. Offers going to begin to come in now. Your light is shining bright. Offers and opportunities. Offers and relationship. Offers can be a lot of different things. Somebody could, offer money. You never know, to help you with your business. And like I said, and it deals with relationship also with offer. You might offer your your assistance in helping somebody. You know, you can offer your kindness, paying it forward. All of that, you know, involves in your higher self. You know, stepping and walking in your purpose, and also tune with your higher self, your personalities, your characteristics, who God made you to be. And with Venus, like I said, Venus deal with love and values, how you value yourself. There's a rose there. You know, rose is always symbolized as love, you know, affection, you know, showing, you know, compassion. You know, it also shows about attitudes and needs in love. So you might have different parts of your life that you might need love in, compassion in, that you might need, you know, or healing in it. It also shows where the value most attract to yourself, you know, bringing the self-love. It also refine money, gain or loss. Also, you know, it brings in wealth, abundance, also in prosperity, different things like that offered through different avenues, you know, personal and spiritually. Now, separation and longing, you know, a lot of people sometimes, you know, when you're single, you go through that separation and that longing for a soulmate or to your soul tribe, you know, and then sometimes God will bring separation into your life at a season of your life that you might need to do some healing, do some soul searching, some deep, you know, clearing out your energies, you know, getting your chakras lined up in balance. You know, you might be longing for that. You could be longing for God's presence, your ancestor, your spiritual team, your angels. You could be longing for them. So then that's when they bring in the separation. So that way you can get a bond, you can have better communication, you know, or it could be a separation from a partnership or a relationship that you could be still longing for. When God is like saying, no, I need you to move forward. This is not for you no more. The past relationship is, or career jobs is not for you no more. It's time for you to move on. And you go, and then you go into that separation and longings, you know, energy, where God is trying to bring you out of that separation and longing. That's not good. Move on to, he got something better for you. And you have to recognize the energies too that have been sent to you. Because sometimes people will send, like, especially if you already done moved past your ex relationship and different things, or job or career, all of a sudden people there will start sending, or someone could be sending that spirit of separation and longing, so you can long for them, so you can think about them and come back into a bad situation that God had brought you out of that was no good for you. So then you have to recognize that spirit and cast it out. Or sometimes you have to recognize it and go into meditation, praying. You know, whatever you do, or talk to God, you know, your ancestor spirit guide it, or, you know, find out and deeper levels of emotions, find out why you having separation and longing, you know, now. That can also be. There's different ways. Chemistry and passion. You know, now you're going to have a lot of chemistry with people. All type of race, colors, whatever. Kids, animals, nature, anything. You will have chemistry. You have passion now. You will see compassion. Not only just chemistry in relationship, but it could be chemistry in a business partnership. A chemistry with your family, with your spouse, with your children, with your family, with your friends. Chemistry with nature, with animals, with spirit, you know, God, ancestors, spirit guide, angels. You can have chemistry there. Passion, you know, now you have more compassion coming into your life where you can give passion. Your chakras are open now. Your heart chakra is open to give passion, to receive. Empathy. and breakthrough. You know, now you have that, you notice all the breakthrough. You know, you got your hands raising up like you praising God. You know, you grateful, you're thankful for the breakthrough. Going through your dark night or so, your dark places. Going through your transformation, your healing, your deep healing. Going through the karmic cycles and ending them. So now you rebirth and brand new now. So now you have that empathy, that you know, that they're waking up, coming out the matrix, the breakthrough. You're experiencing and seeing the word differently now. No more blockage and hindrance and obstacles. No more delusions. Now, as you go through your breakthrough, now you have your higher self has activated. Now you are tuned in with your higher self. The activation has already started. So you know who you are. You know where you came from. You know how you were discovered. You know your purpose, your mission, your spiritual journey. You know your spiritual gift. You know your psychic abilities and everything else that comes into play. So you come into your higher self now. You operating in your higher self. You shift into different realms, different elements, different regions. Nobody can come and steal and kill and destroy. Nobody can come in and create false illusions for you, because you already don't tap into your higher self. Like me, I already tap into my higher self. I talked about a dream, how God has taken me to different realms and different things like that. That at one moment I could be in this energy. Next minute I'm in a different other energy. Because now the time has sped up. Especially when your divine timing has been connected with your cosmic records, your higher self, your purpose, and everything else has been now in divine timing. Now it speeds it up. Where it was slow and stagnate, now it's in full force and speed. You easing through like a train. You know, you rolling fast at a faster pace with your higher self. Deception and temptation. You know, you're aware of deceptions now. You're aware of temptation. And look at him. It could be a her too. You know, you're not enticed by the outer appearance now. You know, you're seeing the lurking above the water. The deception that lurking above the water. The temptation. So now you weigh out your pros and your cons. You get in tune with your higher self and say, is this going to be beneficial to me? Or is this just lust that I'm lusting after? The flesh? And you're not looking deep inside the soul? So you pay attention to the signs and the symbols, of messages and meaning and different things that come to you. The red flags about deception and temptation. Because now that you don't transform spiritually, ended all your cycles, why would you want to go back to your karmic cycle, your karmic past life? Or go back to a past relationship or whatever, when you already saw deception and temptation there. Because, sometimes the government too, yeah. But sometimes the devil also will bring deception and temptation. You just have to be with your spiritual eyes, see. On earth and naturally. Because not everything that looks good is going to be good for you. Spiritually or naturally. So pay attention to deception and temptation energies that's trying to come your way. Reflection and projection. Pay attention also to projections that be coming your way, that been sent, projection of energy that been sent your way. Like if you woke up happy and joy, and peace, and then all of a sudden you got unhappiness, sadness, depression, then you know that's where a projection that somebody sent that to you. Or there's an energy around you that's coming to project that on you, to make you show reflection of something. And reflection could be of something of your past that you have, has been delivered from. When you look in the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. So what you're doing is you can see a reflection of everything that you have been through in your past. Everything you have set boundaries, the deceitfulness, the betrayal, deception, temptation, lust, envy, jealousy, whatever. The dark night of the soul, dark places in your life that you see in this mirror. The mirror is broken. So that means it's the broken of your past. So now it's time to remove from that brokenness, that trauma, that crisis, and reflection, and move past that now. It's just a reflection. It's just an image of what you used to be and where you were at in the past. Now you move forward. Recognizing those places when you start remembering things. That's a reflection too, when you remember, good or bad. Recognize the energy. Sometimes it could be a reflection of energy that comes to you that you need to be more healing in that area of your life. If you know you have reflection of self-esteem, self-confidence, then there's something that you need to work on and heal in your life if you have that. Pay attention to the energies that's coming your way and being projection of your way. And ask your spirit team guide and to help you to guidance. Detachment and cold. Where now you detaching. When you set boundaries and stuff, you start detaching from people that's not going to be beneficial to your life, not going to be a part of your spiritual team, your spiritual journey. So you start detaching yourself from old past habits of things you used to do in your life. You start detaching from. Once you wake up to your spiritual enlightenment, your spiritual healing, awakeness, your journey, you start detaching from things, and it no longer serves you. So you begin to turn cold to it. It no longer can have that spark. It no longer can come and hinder and block and cause chaos and drama. And that could be people, places, and things. Also, detachment from a job. Also, detachment from certain family members that has low vibration, that wants to be gossip and bringing drama to your life and chaos and confusion. Detached from relationships, marriages that no longer serve purpose in your life. That's what a detachment. You can detach from a lot of things in your life. So sometimes when you get that energy of detachment, that's when you need to work on it. That's mean God, your ancestor, your spiritual guide is telling you. Even your soul, your body, your mind is telling you, detach from this. And you wonder why you're around certain people and you feel certain energies. That means you need to detach from those people. It's trying, the universe, God, angel, spirit guide, even your spiritual leaders, spiritual beings that may be, telling you things. Prophetic words are spoken in your life. Or people could come up and tell you, hey, stay away from this person. It's not good for you. Pay attention to that. Don't just say it just because that person might be jealous or don't want you to see you. Nobody know. Maybe that person can see things that you haven't seen. And sometimes you need to take it and then you need to go and seek. Go deeper within yourself. Get the revelation. Also, attractions, Mars and hot. You're going to start bringing a lot of attraction into your life, as a spiritual being now. Your light is shining so bright It brings good and bad attractions. So sometimes you have to recognize the energy. When it comes through that, recognize the energy at that moment time, at that present time. Whatever you doing, wherever you at, people, places, and things, just recognize the energy. And if it's something you need to block, then block. If it's something you need to return to sender, return to sender. If it's something that you need to receive, then you need to receive it. Something you need to work on to get deeper healing, then you need to do that. Pay attention to your energies this year. And so far, apply it to your daily life. As a routine of your daily life, recognizing the energies that's coming into your present and your surroundings from people, places, and things. And with Mars too, it's a courage, ability to take action, desire, nature, and aggressive drive. How you go out after value, survival. Where you can concentrate your energy. So that's what I was talking about. Pay attention to your energy. Where you need your energy the most and where you don't need your energy, where you need to pull back your energy from different people, places, and things. Where you need to, when it says hot, where you need to release. Hot means fire. You see the fire coming out. Where you might need to burn, do a cleansing. And burning off things, burning incense, to cleanse your environment, cleanse your energy, cleanse your space. Also too, if you need to release things and let go of things, and you write it down on a piece of paper and then you put it in the fire and you burn it. Or you want to bring in good attractions. It can be vice versa that you could do. You can speak of things to bring attraction to your life. You can also speak of things to release things from your life that no longer serve your purpose. Here, self-care, energy. So remember I was talking about my last video about tea, herbs and herbal tea, bringing in the cleansing, refreshing, soothing, detox, into your life, mind, body, soul, and spirit. I talk about, you go back to my last video, I talk about herbal teas and herbs and stuff, how to use it in your daily life as a herbal supplement. That's part of it, doing your bath cleansing and stuff like that. Detoxing. Self-care, recognizing the self-care energy. Recognize when that energy comes in, when you feel the longing that you need a vacation, you need to unwind and relax from the world, then recognize that energy, that means you need some self-care into your life. Pamper yourself sometime. Don't wait for somebody else to pamper you. You can also pamper yourself. Go to a spa, go to a massage parlor, go to the beach. Whatever you like, enjoying as self-care, taking a vacation, getting away from every days of life. Self-care, you need that self-care this year. You can't get burnt out, by working all the time, constantly working, with, family and your friends and your spouses and your job and your careers and different things like that. Sometimes it's good to have that self-care, loving on yourself, energy, to rejuvenate, to refresh. And there are like some teas that I talk about to refreshing, to bring balance into your life that you might need it. Focus on a lot of self-care this year also. Not just always focus on everybody else, but also begin to focus on yourself. Get you some downtime. Take a day off and just pamper yourself. Guilt and sabotage. You always, you go through that too, your spiritual transformation. You go through the guilt. You go through where you have sabotaged a lot of things in your life. Because of your ego, vanity, and pride. That card goes with this one. Recognizing the sabotage, self or from other people. Recognize the guilt from self or other people. Energies. We're dealing with the yin and the yang, the energies. The opposite. Recognize it. Recognize those energies that's coming towards you. And when you recognize it, pay attention to it. And then you go deep within yourself. Do some soul searching. Why is guilt coming back? If it's something that I said or did to somebody, that's why I'm feeling guilty. Or something I did towards somebody. It could be from people, places, and things. Wonder why. Do your research. Do your soul searching. Go deep within and find out. And then get some healing and move past it. Get some forgiveness. Repent from your sins, your sins that you have done. Show mercy. Go past the regrets and don't do it again. Learn from your experiences. For sabotage, if there is somebody, recognize the sabotage that might try to come into your way because of somebody's ego, vanity, pride, or zeal, or envy, jealousy towards you. Recognize it so you won't be regretting later. Recognize the deceit, the deception, the betrayal, deceitfulness. Recognize that. Recognize when there's, projecting at you. Recognize your own energy when you're in the evilness type of energy. Recognize that too, the energy. That you want to be mischievous. You want revenge. Recognize that energy also. Because whatever you put out is whatever you're going to get back. And it also doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's doing it because of what the energy that you decide to entertain. So recognize the energy that you're trying to entertain into your life, whether it's good or bad. Transcendence and unity. So now you're transcending, to different levels of your life, your higher soul, transcending to your higher soul, your ascended masters. You transcendent. Unity now. You come into unity as one. In a relationship, a marriage, a relationship, or a career, business partners, children, nature, animal, angels, ancestors, God, unity as one. You recognizing. Family, home, and commitment. You also learn how to balance. Balance family, balance home, balance commitments, balance children, balance marriage. You begin to balance everything now. It's coming to your life during your spiritual transformation. Everything is coming to balance now, even on your job, with your money, with your personality, your energies. Your emotions are being balancing out. Your chakras is being balanced. Recognize the energy when you need to balance family, home, and commitment. Recognize those warning signs, those red flags. And then put into action and do something about it to bring a better outcome to you. Recognize the regrets and repression. Recognize those too. Those energies that come into your life. Recognize that too. Be more attentive to it. What are you regretting? What are you thinking on? What are you mirror reflecting on past regrets or present regrets? Something that you could have let go or something you could have changed and you're regretting that you should have changed this situation. or change this opportunity, or you regret or not taking this opportunity. Regret not stepping into your purpose, your calling. Regret not recognizing when God is sending a union into your life, or blessings or abundance in your life. Regretting not recognizing the opportunity where it's been missed. So then you have repression, recognizing those type of energies. Don't stay in that energy long. You recognize it and you move on. You take it into action and do something about it. And people, place, and thing in areas of your life. You recognize and you do something about it. Don't stay in that energy long. Truth, expression, not hiding the truth no more. Expression. I always talk about, exposing the truth. Standing your ground when injustice or anything that comes, not hiding secrets no more. It's time for all the secrets and stuff to be revealed. So that way you can have a better life. You can move on, living your best life. When you have a lot of secrets and not telling the truth, and speaking your truth and standing on your truth, even when it's messages and stuff that come to you, channeling whatever, speak on the truth of it. Don't add or take away from it. Creating your expression, your unique self. Taking that mask off. You see, he got a mask on his face. He's taking that mask off. Sometimes God would also take the mask off and reveal the truth. A lot of times. You just have to pay attention to it. The signs, symbols, messages. You have to pay attention to the signs. He also is taking you to see the truth. Sometimes people will be in denial about the truth. They believe a lie before they believe a truth. Sometimes you have to express yourself. Let the truth be known. Accept the truth. Sometimes truth can be good or bad. It can be painful. It can be hurtful. But as long as you got the truth, then you know how to deal with the situation. People, places, and things. You know how to deal with it. And you know how to either remove yourself from it and heal from it. Or set up boundaries. Whatever goes. Cycles, completion, change. Remember I told you about the cycles. Ending karmic cycles. Ending completion. Now you're at your change and your completion now. You ended all those cycles. Past karmic life cycles. Present karmic life cycles. You have ended. Now you change to this beautiful butterfly now. You see how that beautiful butterfly has now transformed. You don't been through your completion of healing. The dark night of the soul, dark places, deep healing. Setting boundaries now. All this is energy. So now it's time to move on. Because you don't been through everything is a complete cycle now. So now you're going to live these next 23 years or so forth. Living in your life purpose. Where everything is going to flow easily into your life. It's no more blockage or hindrance. You moving full force like a mocha loader train, if I'm saying it right. You moving fast now at a faster pace. In your energy, in your higher self. So embrace the uniqueness. Embrace it. Embrace the new change, the new renewal, new birth. Embrace it. You deserve it. You deserve a pat on your back if nobody else tell you. You deserve it. Give yourself a pat on the back about it. All the things, all the cycles you've been through. all the evilness intentions that was sent your way by your enemies. And God bless you through it. All of it. You rise above the ashes. Like a phoenix. You rise above it. And you've been through all your completion now. Nobody can take you back to anything because everything has been closed out. Everything is now came to a completion. So it's nothing but open road, unlimited access and opportunities now. Lack and doubt, you know, during your transformation, you will have in lack and doubt in a lot of areas of your life. You know, you start that energy start of lack, that energy of doubt starts setting in and coming in as you going through your deep healing, your dark night, your transformation. And you begin to recognize it. Where you lacking in certain areas of your life, mentally and physically. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. And spiritually also. Opportunities, relationship, people, places, and things. You saw where you was lacking at. You saw where you start doubting yourself. That energy came in. Doubting your abilities. Doubting your purpose, your calling. Doubting that you was hearing divine messages and downloads. You were channeling. You were picking up on different energies. You was doubting yourself at that time. Now you don't. Now you went through that lack and doubt. You don't have that anymore. So recognize the energy of lack and doubt to make sure that there's no one sending it to you. Or you trying to go back into memories, going back into the past, or put you back into that state of lack and doubt. Don't allow anybody to put you back into that. Don't allow nobody to make you doubt who you are in God and who God created you to be. Don't allow anybody to make you doubt your powers and who you're supposed to be. Don't allow that to happen. Recognize the energy and then take immediate action against it. Toxicity, bound, and patterns. You see how they're breaking away from the chains? You know, I think it was, who I forgot her name is, Carr. Her last name is Carr. Where she sing the song, Break Every Chain. So you breaking every chain. When you went through your transformation, you don't broke every chain. Toxicity, bounds, and patterns. You know, where you was once bound into chains where you couldn't go nowhere, move anything, control the matrix. Where everything is being controlled. Everything has been dictated in your life and planned out. Now you breaking away from that when you go into your spiritual awakening journey and healing. Your spiritual transformation. You break away from anything that is toxic. And that could go for a job, family, relationships. You break away from the toxic. You recognize that energy of toxic. You recognize the energy of bound, where they're trying to control you and don't want you to have your freedom. You recognize that and you get away from it. Look at all the scars and everything that you see on that hand that they done been through. You know, trying to break free from those chains that have been holding you. Break free of the patterns. Recognizing the patterns, bad or good patterns in your life. Taking action towards it. Never be bound up again. Once you come out the matrix, you don't be bound up again because you see a life, a new life. That card I told you that you're seeing about empathy, you know, that you can see a new light, a brighter day. You're looking through it with your spiritual eyes. And you're also looking with your spiritual earthly eyes. Look at all the scars represent everything that you've been through. With your cycles, ending your cycles, karmic past relationship cycles. Going through your traumas and healing from it. All of that is scars to remind you all the different experiences that you've been through, that you have breaking free from. Spy watching, inspecting. You know, you had people probably spying and watching and inspecting you. Watch out for those energies that come, because they will send like a spying energy, entity, identity. The monitoring spirits are what I call this card. Watch out for the monitoring spirits, but that's what it is. Thank you, Lord. So you watch for the monitoring spirits that could be sent your way, like mirroring. You know, this is a phone. You know, watch for it. You know, people spying, creating fake pages and stuff and spying on your social media page or whatever. Pay a mindful attention of that, because you can block it. You know, if you got unwanted visitors, you know, on your page, you can go ahead and block it and restrict it from entering. Because if they can't show a picture of themselves, or they can't, well, not showing a picture, because some people don't want to show their picture. So I can't sit there and say that. But if you know that they have blocked that page and it's private, but they have looked at your page, and then when you go look at theirs, it's private. That's right there would let you know then there is somebody that is spying, watching you. Your every move, your every moment. Or it could be a monitoring spirit that could be sent or put on that person to do that, to see what's going on in your life. So pay attention to those energies. Then you can block it. You can block it and you can restrict it, to keep it out of your energies. And I do that a lot. I will block it and restrict them. And if they do it again, I do the same thing. Because sooner or later, they're going to get tired of creating fake pages. They're trying to spy, watch, and monitor me. They're going to get tired of it. And then I just block them and just continue to keep blocking. Because like I said, they're going to get tired of making it. And then social media is going to get tired of it. They're going to see a pattern of this person that keeps on creating all these pages, fake pages and stuff like that. Then they're going to get restricted forever and banned for doing it. Because I know social media is cracking down on that too. You know, they had a lot of complaints about people creating a lot of fake pages in their name and different things like that, pretending to be them. So social media is cracking down on that also, which is a good thing. Because if you can't come and show your true page, your true identity to somebody, especially if you come in lurking and reviewing their page and their profile, and you come as something else, because people know who their friends are. Because eventually their friends are going to tell them that it wasn't them that sent a notice or message or whatever, or sending bad things, you know, or speaking bad things. Your friends and family is going to tell you. And you know your friends and your family, your close circle of friends and family, that's not their characteristic or personality to do negative stuff against you. So that's when you know that there's somebody that is envy, jealous, and stalking and lurking. Then that's when you know you can report them also. You can also report the page that somebody's creating false things against you. You can report it also. And then they can also investigate. And sometimes they give them warning signs, and sometimes they just ban them altogether, because that person's just not going to learn and not going to give up. So then they get banned. So be careful when they try to go on their friends and get their friends to alert you. You know, be careful invitations and stuff like that. Don't be accepting a lot of friend requests just to gain the population, gain the likes and reviews and all that stuff. Be mindful, especially when you are a spiritual being, a high-ranking, powerful spiritual being. Because like I said, you're going to have attraction to good and bad coming towards you. And that's when you need to recognize the energy. And you need to put into action, into plan to stop it. Expose it if you need to. Stand your ground if you need to. Do everything you can to keep your reputation clean. Keep your good name, whether it's business or professionally. Watch out for deceitfulness and temptation that try to come upon there, that try to seek, information about you. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention when people come, want to be friends with you. Some people has good intentions and motive, and some people don't. So it's up to you to, with that energy. Facade, belief. You see how he's, he don't took his part of his face off. Now he's looking at it. Belief systems. What you believe in that you could change. What was instilled in you that was right or wrong, that needs some changing, needs some healing in. Develop your own belief in values and mores, respect for yourself and for others. Believe, see what belief system works for you at that time in your life, in a point of your life. Have a good look at yourself. See what needs to be changes that, some changes that need to be made in your professional life and your personal life and relationship and business and career, money. Look at the changes and stuff that might need to be, that you might need to change. To have that better life, to live the ultimate wishful life that you want. There you go. Self-worth, expectation. Know your self-worth. Know expectations. Know your limit. Know where you want to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, a month from now, a week from now, 2 days from now. But also know your self-worth. Don't just accept any type of opportunity that comes your way or any offer that comes your way out of desperate. Self or either low self-esteem about yourself, low self-confidence, Pay attention also to that energy. Don't go rushing to something just to say, oh, I did this, or I have this, or you just want eye candy on your arm. Could be man or woman, or a handsome person on your arm. Just to prove status, to have status in your life, or to prove to the world that you are somebody, you got status. Pay attention to that energy too, because you are worth more. Value yourself, respect yourself in different ways, and have an expectation of your life. Where you want to go, where you want to be at, who you want to be with. What are your goals? That's expectation. Setting out the ground, the layout that you can follow, even in your life purpose. God give us expectation of that too, what we should be doing. And also, regaining your self-worth and keeping your self-worth into your higher self. Confirmation there too. Fulfillment and wish. Having your ultimate fulfillment and your wish at the same time. Working towards that. Seeing it. Your wish coming true. Having ultimate fulfillment in different areas of your life, people, places, and things. Also, having that fulfillment where you're not lacking into the energy of lacking and doubt. Don't allow a person to feel or be your fulfillment. Let yourself be your fulfillment. Get to know yourself first and fulfill it. The lack and the doubt. And then when it's time for you to meet somebody, You don't have to worry about being codependent on that person. Whether that person leave your life or not. You already know that you already have yourself as your wish fulfillment first. And it's a bonus when somebody else come into your life. People, places, or things. Take it how it resonate. The business, a job. Forming, constructure, and solid foundation. So you forming, and when you forming, you building a solid foundation, structure. You see how everything the rock is built on, the bigger rock, the small rock can get smaller. And then it's stabilized on a strong foundation like wood or something. That's just an example. You know, building a solid foundation. It starts with you first. And then building and bringing in structure into your life. Whether it's, critical, constructed, structure, reforming, refining different areas of your life, what is going to be beneficial to you and what is not, what is going to serve your higher purpose and what is not going to serve your higher purpose. In the long run, not just looking at things just in the present, but also look at things that is going to help you in your future time to come too. And then it pass on down to your generation, your lineage, how it's going to pass down. Building a sound foundation to leave for your next generation. Let your generation, your name carry on, your legacy carry on. Social media will have it too, that they have it now that you can select, if something happened to you, you can select somebody to carry on with your page, your legacy, continue your legacy of your page, and that you can actually go in and select the person, which they will send confirmation to that person, saying that this person has access to your page or whatever. But the confirmation will come to you first. And then they'll allow that person also to have confirmation to accept it or whatever. But you both have to agree to it. So it ain't just something that somebody can just go in and create something like that on their page. No, it can't be. So you forming, creating a legacy, a good outline, of where you want to go this year and to continue on with the other years after you done been through your spiritual transformation now. It's time to form, building a solid foundation now. Disharmony, triggers, and conflicts. Yeah, you done been through that too. You done been through the disharmony, the triggers and conflicts. That's why I always said that when people, you recognize the energy of disharmony. You recognize the energy of triggers and conflict. And you know how to put it into action to destroy it, to stop it from entering into your life after you done been through all that. Just like when I said about triggers. When you have somebody posting something or saying something that it brings up triggers, that means that's an energy right there that either God, your ancestor spirit of God, or even your soul is telling you, your higher self is telling you, hey, the reason why these triggers are coming is because you need to get rid of certain things in your life and get some deep healing. That's where it comes from. Triggers come from. There's a mental illness going on that you need to go and seek professional and mental help for. And spiritually and naturally help. You need to go within your inner self, your higher self, and find out why these triggers are coming. Why you get so bothered and flustered with it. Irritated with it. That's something that you need to, go on yourself. And sometimes people will project triggers and disharmony and conflict in your life also. That's when you need to recognize those energies. A lot of things is energy that you need to recognize. And then you need to put into action to stop it. Especially when it's negative stuff coming to you, you need to put into action to stop it, to conquer it, to bind it, to rebuke it. Return back to sender if you need to. Do your spiritual protections. It's always, you always getting warning, red flags, warning signs, and different things coming to your life. Stop being in denial about everything. Stop being gullible and green. That everybody's so wonderful, everybody's so beauty and all this stuff, and everybody do good. You got a lot of bad people out there. And sometimes you got to take people for the benefit of the doubt. And take it as this is what it is. And this is how they're going to be. You accept it face value and you move on. Whether you want to be if you want to be in their presence, surround them, or you want them in your energy as a presence, that's up to you. Only you can make those choices and decisions based on your life. Decisions, confirmation. Decisions also. There's a lot of decision choices that we have in life that we have to make, good or bad. Recognize those energies. Weigh out your pros and your cons. What's going to benefit you and what's not. What's going to serve you, what's not. What's going to bring health, goodness to you, and what's going to bring harmful to you. Decision, your consequences. How it's going to affect you in the long run. All our decisions we make will affect us in the long run. You make these decisions. You have the free will to do it. So if you make the bad decision based on your ego, pride, vanity, and desperate, then you have to face the consequences of it. Karma, balance, and justice also plays a part in it. You go through your karma. You in your karmic debt. Then you balance. And then you have justice also involved. You already done got your justice. When balance come in, you already done been through your karma debt. You already done been through your justice. So now balance is coming in now into all areas of your life. People, places, and things. Relationship, career, family, money. You start seeing it flow easily into your life. And sometimes karma still comes. If you still doing bad things, you still going to have karma coming into your life. You're going to have imbalance coming into your life. And you're going to have injustice coming into your life. So you have to recognize the energy at that present moment in time. Recognize your actions. Take accountability. Responsibility of things that you bring into people's lives and your lives. Because not only affecting you, when you're in a relationship, it affects the other person too. So you have to be mindful. If you want good things to come into your life, then you have to put out good things. If you're a person that want bad things happen, then bad things gonna come into your life. And don't allow people to project their karma, their injustice on you. And so that way you be unbalanced or imbalance. Recognize the energy. Storm and unexpected. You have been through the tower moment. I look at this card as a tower card. You've been through the moment of a storm that hit an unexpected life events that has come into your life. You've been through that during your transformation. And you know how to deal with it. You don't look at it as a bad thing. I don't look at things when you go through tower moments. Sometimes you have to go through tower moments to go through your rebirth, to go through your spiritual transformation, your renewal. You have to go through those things. And sometimes you can have unexpected things that come into your life, like illness. Unforeseen, unexpected events that could happen. That could be out of your control at times. And sometimes it come into your life to teach you a lesson, to have you learn from it and go through the experience, that you don't do it again. So you're going to have different storms and unexpected things that's going to come into your life that's going to be supernatural, that's going to come into your life, that's going to be out of your control. That's when you have the option, when you pay attention to the surrounding energy. Because not everybody, not everything going to be sent to you by somebody. It could be God could be testing your ancestor, your spirit guide, your angels. They could be testing you. Or the universe could be testing you on certain things to see if you're going to pass the test. So that's what I'm saying. You have to recognize the energy at that moment. When things come like that at that moment, you have to recognize the good and the bad side. Go deep within and search why the unexpected storm or unexpected events came into my life. Is there something that needs to be learned? A lesson need to be learned? A test you need to go through? Or something that you need to be aware of and pay attention to stuff? Just like when you have a home or you live in an apartment or whatever, condo, whatever, townhouse or whatever, even with your vehicles and stuff like that, if you're not taking care of things, then you're going to have unexpected things that's going to come into your life. The storms, the tower moment. Because you're not taking care of when it start giving you warning signs. Your car going to give you warning signs. Your home, wherever you live at, it's going to give you warning signs. Even on your job, it's going to give you warning signs. Relationship, give you warning signs before the tower moment happens. Before the storm and unexpected things begin to happen in your life. It's up to you to pay attention to it. And do something about it before it becomes a tower moment. Becomes a storm. It catch you off guard. Thoughts and isolation. Also part of it. Thoughts and isolation. Comes into the energies and stuff like that. If you know that you're an outgoing person and all of a sudden you isolating yourself in the house and now you got all these thoughts, negative thoughts come into your mind, that's an energy. You got to pay attention to that. And you have to rebuke it, destroy it, and send it back to wherever it came from, its maker. You have to re-announce it. And sometimes God can also put you into isolation on your spiritual path, mission, your spiritual transformation. Before he brings you out into the world as a shining bright like a diamond, shining bright like a ray of sunshine. And sometimes the card could bring you to about your thoughts. You're in isolation with your thoughts. That can also be an energy too. So whatever you thinking of at that time, when that isolation of thought energy comes to your mind, think about it, whether it's good or bad. And that's when you need to go deep within yourself. And then you also need to find a resolution to it, an outcome. Come to some type of conclusion to either end it if it's bad and why you thinking that way, or if it's good, Come to a resolution, put plans into action. But don't stay in it for long. Apologies and forgiveness. We talked about the apologies and forgiveness. You know, where there might be times that you need to go apologize and forgive, or somebody need to come apologize to you and ask you for forgiveness. It could be vice versa, and people placing things in different areas of your life. No, or it could be where you need to apologize to God, your ancestor, your spirit guide, for not doing what they told you to do. It could be something that you could have did something towards somebody. You know, it could be in a relationship. It could be on your job. Or it could be something that you said to a stranger that you need to give apology and forgiveness, you know, from. You know, watch the energies. You know, at the time that you was at that time of your thought. It could be people, place, or thing. Watch the energy and see why you need to apologize, where you need forgiveness at. And then take action accordingly. So, avoidance and stalemate. Don't be in a stalemate energy. Don't be in avoidance energy. Don't avoid something that you need to talk about. If there's something that you need to talk about with somebody, and it's going to be a hard topic where some truth will be spoken, don't be in that energy of avoidance where you just want to avoid it. When you come around that person, you want to avoid it. Or when it comes to that situation, you want to avoid the whole thing and don't talk about it. Don't have no communication. Don't get into that energy. Don't get into that stagnate energy, because then it's going to have you stagnate. It's going to have you stalemate. It's going to have you stagnated too, and stalemate. And you wonder why you keep repeating the cycles. And you haven't came to your completion of cycles. Doing your transformation, spiritual transformation, you go through all of this that I'm talking about, avoidance and stalemate. You experience all of these energies. And that's when you know how to set boundaries. That's how you know how to speak your truth, stand your ground. You know how to get deeper healing in different areas of your life. You have your words of power, you know, to gain back your power. Take back your power, you know, cleanse your energy, take back your energy. Your words are powerful. You no longer going to be in that stalemate. You no longer be running from fear or whatever situation that you're running from. You have a voice to speak and express. Present, abundant, and gratitude is also one that you go through your spiritual transformation to connect to your higher self, ascended masters, God, angel, spirit, and ancestors. Spiritually and naturally. The presence, abundance, gratitude. You showing gratitude. You know, I always be saying I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed. Showing gratitude. That's my theme for my house. It's grateful, thankful, and blessed. So I got everything that pertains to that. You know, that was the theme that I had, you know, when we were living in an apartment, and then when we moved into our house, you know, that's when I carried that theme, you know, for that throughout. Because I'm grateful, I'm blessed, and I'm thankful for a lot of things that God has brought into my life. Whether it's good or bad, lesson learned. You know, speaking of blessings, when you have positive things, you know, on your walls or in your life that you can read daily, you know, that brings in the good energy, the good flow. It's putting your mindset into thinking and creating things, having positive affirmation to bring things and call things and manifest things into your life when you surrounded things like that. It brings abundance. It brings wealth and prosperity, peace, joy, happiness, compassion. It brings all of that the fruits of the Spirit. It brings it all into your life, where you can live your life, live the best life. Past lack and suffering with your past. Be mindful of the energies of your past, your lack and your suffering. When you go through your spiritual transformation, you go through lack, past, your suffering. You reflect on your past, you reflect on what's lacking, and you go through the suffering part, or what you have been suffering through the years or whatever. You recognize that energy, and then you move forward, put into action to plan. Don't allow anybody to make you go back to your past. Don't allow nobody to make you have lack in your life. Don't allow nobody to put you through suffering when you know you had already been through that, been healed from it, and God has moved you to a better place. Change in career and courage. Have the courage to change, to move away. She's in her bags. She done packed up her stuff. That could be anything. If you know that you need to move away from a different relationship, and if there you see a better change, then have the courage. Recognize the change, the energy, and the courage to move forward. If you know that you need to change your career this year, or change different things in your house, in your personal life, in your relationship, in your money, changes is good. But then you have to have the courage to do it. And when you have that energy that comes to you, that you need to start changing, pay attention to it. People, place, and thing. Pay attention to the energy at that moment, at that time. And then have the courage. Ask God, your ancestor, angel, spirit guide, or spiritual leaders, or whoever you look up to, for advice. Ask them to pray, that you have the courage to do so. If you need to change things in your life, have the courage that you need to change things in your life. I know this video is going to be long, but I have to go through with it. So recognize that. Don't be afraid. Don't look back in the past. Don't look back with your lack and your suffering. Move forward. You see how she's walking forward with her little bags. Oh, it could be he or she, whatever. Move forward. Know that you got a brighter future, a brighter days ahead of you with the change. Memories. Also with memories. Think about memories too. If it's good or bad, making good memories. After you came out your spiritual transformation, now it's time to make good memories. And then you could, when you're going through your spiritual transformation, there could be some bad memories. Memories of your ancestors. Memories of yourself. Look at it. When that energy comes, look at the state that you're in at that present moment time. And I'm going to keep talking about it. Because wherever you was at during that time, look at it. Why triggers of bad memories coming to you? Or triggers of good memories coming to you? Or why your loved one memories that you begin to remember coming to you? Maybe they might be trying to get in contact with you to maybe tell you something, send you a message, give you a message. Or they could be telling you that they're fine. You don't have to worry no more. They're in a better place. It's time for you to move on with your life. That could be it too. So pay attention to the energies when it comes to it. Whatever signs and symbols, images or whatever coming to you at that point. Then that's when you know how to deal with and take action. Mercury, messages, travel, and communication. Also part of it. Conscious mind, signs, how and where you communicate. Results of your relationship, reason, and logic from Mercury. When we go into the Mercury retrograde, the Pluto, the Saturn, the sun, the moon, the Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. When we going through all those different, planet psychological drives is what I call it. Planet psychological drives is what I call that, when we go into different aspects of your zodiac sign and different planets and stuff like that that comes into play. The aspect of it. Pay attention to it. Because it's something that you might have to need to be doing in the Mercury retrograde. So pay attention to the energy that comes towards you at that time. What you need to work on, what you need to heal, what you need to move forward from, what you need to let go. Look at the messages that come, the message in the bottle. Even the bird, birds send messages also. Look at that too. Traveling. Is it time for you to travel? Take time out in your daily life. Look at what's traveling towards you in the spiritual realm and the earthly realm. Look at the energy. Or you need to travel to a certain place. Look at the signs that it's giving you. If it's telling you to go to Utah, then you need to say, okay, well, I'm going to Utah. There could be something there in Utah that you might need to meet, experience, gain insight or knowledge. So pay attention at that time, what's coming to your mind, what the universe, God, and ancestors is sending to your conscious mind. Or even through your dream state. Look at it. It all plays a part in your overall living your best life. Working towards your goals and your ultimate wish fulfillment. Communications. Also, communication can come in different ways. Pay attention to that too. How things are being communicated and how you perceive communication. Because it can come through people, places, and things. Pay attention to the energy. It come into dreams also, visions. Rejection, loss, and fragmented. You go through all that too in the dark soul. Transformation. You go through rejection, loss, and fragment. Sometimes you get rejected by someone or a job. People, places, and things. Take it as a blessing that you were rejected, because you never know down in the long run what you have gotten yourself into, and then you regret. Then you go back to that regret, that lack, and the suffering, the doubt. You go through all those emotions again. Now you're unhappy into something that you refuse to accept rejection from. If there's a past person in your life that had rejected you and went to somebody else, look at it as a blessing. Because you never know what that new person they went to could be going through. Unless that person come back and tell you. So look at it as if you've been rejected, that's a blessing coming. Don't look at it as lost and fragmented and torment and, and sad and all this other stuff coming to it. And then try to get revenge and jealousy and envy. Don't do that. Pay attention to the energy at that time. Pay attention to where your state of your mindset was at that moment, present time, when rejection, loss, and fragmented came into your life. It could be past or present. Pay attention to it. The energies. Because a lot of this is energy and emotions. Psychological drives of the human anatomy and physiology. All of that plays a part of it. Your 5 senses. It all plays a part. So recognize your 5 senses too when it comes to different energy also. And don't dwell on rejection, loss, and fragment. Because the more you dwell on it, the more you putting that energy out into the universe to bring back into your life. And then you wonder why you in certain jobs and past relationship. and where opportunity is closing door in your face because of you still dwelling on something of the past or something that recent happened to you instead of letting it go. Learn from it and let it go. Let God deal with it. Let God have divine timing. Go into yourself and inner self and connect to your higher self ascended masters. Remember awakening. Confirmation with that too. Awakening. Spiritual awakening that I talk about. The stuff that I've been through on my spiritual transformation journey. Purpose. Things, like I said, you're going to remember things, good or bad. But recognize the energy. Recognize when the spirit is telling you that you need to awaken. It's time for you to awaken to your higher self, to your life purpose and mission. Pay attention to it. Don't be in denial. Don't reject something, especially if something is good. If it's something is bad, then you reject and you move on. Closed off, guarded, and resistance. You go through that with your spiritual transformation too, because you're getting to know yourself, your higher self. You're showing self-love. You setting boundaries. So it's good to be closed off, guarded, and resistant at that time. And once you come out of your spiritual transformation and you're like a beautiful butterfly, a beacon of light, that diamond that's shining bright, then you won't have to be closed off anymore and guarded and being resistance. That you're showing the energy of closed off. You're showing the energy of resistant. You're showing the energy of guarded, where people can't come to you, because as soon as they come, they hit a brick wall. Know the energy. Know when you need to be closed off. When you need to use that energy. Know when you need to use the energy to be guarded. Know when you need the energy to resist the temptation. The 7 deadly sins. Deceitfulness, revenge, envy, jealousy. Being lustful. Being desperate. Know when those energy come that you need to resist. And you need to be closed off and you need to be guarded at that time. Release, surrender, and purge. During your transformation, you start releasing things. You start surrendering to things and purging things out of your life. You release old past resentful, hurtfulness that people has done to you. Suffering, and even what you've done to yourself. Surrender. You start surrendering to the will of God. Your purpose in life. What you're here to do. Spiritually and naturally. And then you go through your purging of the soul. And when you start going through the purging of your soul, things can get really ugly at that time. When you're going through the purging of your soul and your transformation at that time. Because God is taking away things that's not good for you, not going to be beneficial to you in long run, into your future to come, or on your spiritual journey or path. And that could be people, places, and things, relationship, career. Even indulgence and gluttony. You purging, you detoxing, you doing your spiritual cleansing. That's all part of releasing and surrendering and purging. To bring in a better life, a healthy lifestyle. That's when you go into your healing, your inner child. Your past drama. That's why I always talk about healing. When I do Reiki healing on my clients too, that they have certain things that they need to heal from, because I have the gift of healings in my hand. So that's part of my Sarai Natural Beauty business also that I have done over the years with my clients. Even before I even started doing it in my business, I was already doing something like that too. Now that I'm bringing it out into the public now. You know, self-healing. You know, your inner child to where you are adult. Anything that happened in your inner child state, energy, you begin to call in and do some deep healing. So you won't be triggered. So you won't be having all this bad things, lack and doubt and suffering all over again. You won't have that problem because now you begin to heal completely. A deep healing. Your mind, body, and soul. Harmony, union, reunion, and soul ties. You know, breaking the soul ties during your spiritual journey. Healing, transformation. And sometimes you will create good, healthy soul ties. Breaking the bad soul ties. And then creating healthy soul ties. Healthy reunions with people. Because you have set boundaries now. So now, everything that you set boundaries with and cleared out karma, debts, and karma energies and past relationship, ending cycles, you know, cleaning up your childhood traumas and inner child issues, you know, going through and recognize all the dark places in your life, the dark night of the soul, as you go through your transformation. So now you're bringing in healthy reunions, soul ties. And you could have a reunion with a past loved one or a past ex. You know, if you feel like that y'all had separated falsely, or because you know that you have transcended into where your purpose, you on your life purpose, you went through your healing transformation and they haven't. And, you know, God or your soul, ancestor, whatever, told you to, you know, have your separation right now at that time. But then you come back later in reunion. You know, like some of these, you know, some of these reality TV shows. You know, I like watching the housewives of different states, you know, like that. And they have a reunion. After each episode season, they will come and have a union and talk about, you know, reunion, talk about different things that happened during that season, you know, then where they're at now going forward. What they dislike, you know, what they have accomplished and different things like that. So it's the same thing that goes into your life and different parts and areas of your life. Just recognize the energy. Sun, strength, empowerment. Having that sun, strength, and empowerment also. 222. It's getting, this video is getting really long, so I'm gonna have to hurry up and, because I like to talk. I need to make these videos a little bit shorter, but it's gonna benefit you too and help you a lot. Sun, strength, and empowerment. You know, you might just have to, you know, listen to it in segments, you know, to get with the full benefit of what you need. You know, if you have to fast forward to certain things, go ahead. You know, that's you. You know, that's what, you know, you get out what you need to get out in the videos. But I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter because it's just getting too, it's getting too long. Sun, strength, and empowerment. You know, having that, you know, the empowerment, the strength, recognize that energy, stability, harmony, and flow. Allow stability, harmony, and flow into your life. You know, energies and stuff like that in different areas of your life, people, places, and things. You know, bringing harmony to your mind, soul, spirit, your chakras. Confront comfort zone, south nodes, and clinging. Recognize when you codependent in different areas of your life. Recognize the energy that you in your south node, you know, in your comfort zone, when God is trying to bring you out of your comfort zone, you know, and bring it out of your south node, put you in your north node, you know, bring it out of your clinging, your codependency, you know, so you can be independent on your own. Self-loving yourself, knowing your self-worth. Know all of that stuff when those energies come. Also, when your north node, cosmic purpose, knowing your north node energy, knowing your cosmic, where you came from, where you origin from, knowing your cosmic records, contacting, tapping into your cosmic self, your higher self, your ascended masters, knowing your purpose in life, walking into your purpose, walking to your spiritual path, your journey, your mission, knowing your higher self, connecting to your spiritual ancestors, being receive, open, having your hands open, receive. I talk about that in one of the videos too on Divine Angelic Chosen One. I talk about receiving. When you have your hands open, you can receive things. Everything will flow into your life easy when you have your hands opened and closed. So have your spirit also. Still do your spiritual protection and stuff too, but have your spirit open to receive what God, the blessings and everything. When God open up the window of blessing pour into your life, your spirit and your soul, your mind can receive it. Receive opportunities. Be open to receive opportunities and blessings, unexpected opportunities, unexpected door open. Be open to receive. Watch for the energy. Action, courage, Jupiter, and beginnings. When I always tell you about put things into action, have the courage, new beginnings. I talk about that year, I talk about in my video too, in the new year when January came in. I talk about new beginnings this year. Walk into your new beginnings. This is confirmation. This is what happened. You just got to recognize their energy, with your new beginnings and when you need to start your new beginnings. Expanding. I talk about the Jabez prayer also with Jupiter, expanding your horizon, your territory, your life, your being, your business, your career, your family. Anything about expanding. I talk about it in a video too. Go back and watch that too about the Jabez prayer. That's a good video too. Going into realms and horizons, in your dream state, your astral, your spiritual and earthly, bringing good fortune to your life, good luck into your life, confidence, recognizing, taking pride. Pride can be good or bad. You can take pride in something that you're doing in your life to bring a blessing to others or to bring blessings into your life, abundance, wish fulfillment, taking pride of things that you do. Be proud of who you are. Pride can be both ways, can be good or bad. It depends on what type of energy it's in at that time. Always have courage in things that you do. Always take, action that's going to benefit you in a good way, not a bad way. Guard against actions. Bad action is coming towards you. The fate, detours, divine intervention, confirmation. I talk about that too. Accept your fate, and whatever's done. I always tell people, enemies and stuff like that, that I have, their fate is sealed. I talk about a video too about God's, and, have set a table among my presence, my enemy. That's a video that I did also recently, and their fate. I talk about my enemy's fate will be there. Sometimes you might have, your fate might be set, your destiny. You go through all your things. This is how your destiny is fated to be. The tree of life. You see the tree of life there. Detours. You could have some detours in your life also. Sometimes it could be good or bad. Recognize the energy at that moment, present time. Why you need to be a detour. Suppose you say you want to go to the store. Then all of a sudden, you halfway there, you turn around, go back home. That could be a detour to keep you from danger ahead that you might not know of. But that's what your spirit guides and your spiritual team and God is telling you. So take heed to it. Don't continue to go on. Recognize it because it could be protecting you and saving you from something. An accident, or, danger ahead. Divine intervention, when God comes in to intervene into your life in all areas of your life, people, places, and things. Recognize divine intervention also, because it could be for the good. Don't recognize it can be bad. Sometimes bad intervention comes into your life too. That could be God also warning you, sending you red flags. You might be going down the wrong direction, took the wrong path. Instead of you staying on your path, you on somebody else's path. So that's a detour that you don't done in creating your life. You can create a fate in your life. Now, divine intervention has to come in and take you off and put you back into your spiritual path, your spiritual purpose and journey, or where you need to be at in life to get towards your ultimate goals and wish fulfillment, living a better life. Pay attention to the energies and sign that comes towards that. And then you know how to take action with it. The last card talk about action. Third eye and clarity. Having the third eye and clarity now has developed. You develop your psychic gifts. You have clarity and understanding now of what things going on. Pay attention to the energies, the signs, symbols, revelation, messages, dreams, nature, the weather, the universe, whatever. Pay attention to it. Your surroundings, your energy. Pay attention to it at the time. When you see visions and vision and dreams, prophetic vision and dreams. Developing your third eye for clarity and understanding, so you won't be deceived with delusion and illusion. Recognize the energy at that time and then take action accordingly. Confirmation, confusion, illusion, Neptune. Remember, that's what I talked about. That is all confirmation. Neptune, spiritual vision. Your third eye, spiritual visions. Create imagination, psychic abilities. Same thing, developing your psychic ability. Your third eye is like a psychic ability. Develop it. Heal when it needs to be healed. Do some fine tuning to your psychic abilities. With incense and burning, cleansing, detoxing. All that plays a part in it. Lead you belong maturity things. Glamour and illusions are negative. Your highest idealism. Pay attention when people trying to when they talk about they're sending glamour spells or they doing glamour spells. Pay attention to that. Because why would you want to follow somebody that is doing glamour spells? They could be doing glamour spells on you. Or they could be doing it on themselves. So pay attention to stuff like that. The delusion, illusions, the negativity. Pay attention to stuff like that, the energies. Pay attention to confusion of energy coming towards your way. Illusions. If you know that you were peaceful and all of a sudden you got chaos and drama and different things happening, confusion setting in communications, relationships, job, business, whatever, money or whatever, children, whatever. Recognize the energy. Take action to it. And stop the illusions, the negativity from coming towards your way. Your home or whatever, your marriage, whatever, your relationship, whatever, your children, job, money, career. Stop it and take action with it. That's when you develop your psychic abilities to show you. Also your spiritual gift. Fine tune it. So you can recognize the energy and take action. Learn from it and keep going. What is the root cause of all this stuff? That's basically what it is. What is the root cause of everything that I talk about today in your spiritual transformation. Look at the root cause of it and take action towards it and get your healing. And then you continue to move forward to have your wish fulfillment, your abundance, your wealth, the life that God has intended for you to live when you was born, before you was born in your mother's womb. That show you the guidance how to live your life in a positive way, to bring positive things and attract and manifest things that is positive and is good spirit and good energy into your life. And to recognize the bad energies. And when you need to set up boundaries and protection. When you need to healing. When you need to do your spiritual bath and detoxing. When you need to have self-love, self-worth. Loving yourself. Know your expectation. Know your boundaries. And the last one is messages and dreams. You know, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to messages that come into your dreams when you're sleeping. Even in your waking life. Pay attention to it. Because you got messages is always coming there. For warning, red flags, or for goodness. Or when you need to take on an opportunity. When you need to seek. Don't miss any opportunities that might come your way. Doors opening. You know, unexpected blessings. Unexpected, you know, chronicle events that might happen. Pay attention to the messages of it. The energy. Pay attention to the energy also that comes with it. Pay attention to, you know, what you want your dreams to become of. You know, you might be having dreams of doing something, a new career or a new hobby, you know, or traveling or seeing something, you know, and set yourself accordingly. Set yourself accordingly to it. To the new dreams, you know, to your dreams. You might have to retweak it. You might have to change it, your dreams. If it's not coming to according to where you want it. You might have to do some changing to it, to your dreams and your goals, to get you to where you need to be at, where you're comfortable in life, in all areas of your life, personal and professional. When you come to a state and mindset that you are comfortable in your living, where you at, you're not constantly, you know, worrying about things. You're not constantly stressed out about things. But you living things in peace and joy and happiness. And you got the faith that you know you got God, your spiritual team, ancestor, angels, you know, your soul tribe. You know, you have loyalty people around you. That's going to create a blissful life for you. That's what you need to think about. You know, what is psychologically draws you and what type of energy that you're feeling at that present moment time. And then go deep within, and then you need to implement and you need to take action. And that's either let go or pursue it or get your healing. Take heed to your journey, your life purpose, your self-worth. Until next time, peace, love, joy, and happiness on your spiritual journey, your wellness, and your ultimate wish fulfillment, and living your best life this year, and setting trending goals for your life that will also carry on into your lineage, and having respect for yourself this year.